Knull is not just the meta of PvP, he's the strongest character in PvP by far and everyone should have him, and this is why. Hello gang, welcome to the channel, and today we're gonna go through a video about Knull and how to play with him and kill everyone into timeline battle with not having busted PvP account or force your emblems into PvP or having special team up collection or something. It's straight up really free to play, a new player, Knull gameplay, how to kill actually everyone, how to avoid enemies, how to play generally timeline battle. I spent 10,000 carbonadium to build him, and I wanted to pull some value from him. So the last 3 weeks I undust, my PvP manual gameplay skills, and I'm here to deliver you the perfect way to use him and kill actually everyone into timeline battle. And to be honest, I was thinking he's Sentry 2.0, but he's way better. But when I'm telling you way better, in a way that he changed the PvP and how I'm seeing timeline battle right now, which I was like so pessimistic and I wasn't even playing. I was playing auto. But yes, before we go through all the details and everything I want to say about him in timeline battle, I want you to make sure that you have smashed the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and let me know down below in the comments if you are using Knull, if you have skipped him, or whatever you're thinking about Knull and generally the build you have on him and what's your plans in the future. So let's go. But yes, also I want to remind you guys, the craft event, do not sleep on the craft event. It's 18 days left, so there are actually 8 days left. It was 20, so most of you are able to already farm everything here. There is a limit on everything, so you can't go crazy, but there were a lot of gold. I had no gold, but yeah, I'm trying, and I was suggesting you to do this event, and I'm still do, 8 days are enough to farm, even if you have skipped Brilliant until now. Let me show you what I took. And as you can see, I was able to have 2000 snowmen when it was 15 days left. So as you can see here, it's 15 days left, and it's possible for everyone to actually get it. I took a Brilliant Energy. It's one of the CTPs that I was wishing to get, because there was no way I would pick this from a selector, or something. But also it's useful for me as Black Widow, the best striker in the game, can use it, and she is the best striker for ABX. As you can see, I took this role and I was lucky enough to get it first roll. I re-roll it one time. I went through and re-roll it with the CTP of Patience, and it was really easy. It was like first roll. As you can see, it's 210 and transformed into like the perfect Brilliant Energy for Wolbo's Legend and stuff like that. If you want it for striker, the best is with all attack, but still having a 240 is really hard to get this proc. So if you get that, in my mind, hold it. I have already dropped a video about the CTPs that you should suggest you where to equip every CTP, like less than a month ago. A lot of people there find their solution on their problems. But yes, I'm just mentioning that, guys, because I don't want you to sleep on the Brilliant. I had sleep on the Brilliant. I was a new player, actually mid player back there when the Brilliant Distraction and the Brilliant Authority came into the craft event. It was only RNG, so you would farm and get nothing, and I chose not to go and push my luck, and I lost to Brilliant. So guys, this is guaranteed. This is everyone who farms can get it. Do not miss Brilliant CTPs, are really important. And also, even if you farm everything and you have all the CTPs, the normal, the mighty, or the Brilliant, the rest of the event, it's pretty awesome. Guys, as you can see, you can pop out snowman chests and get 20 carbo. If you're lucky, you can get solo Faltino, so you can get actually every single tier 3 and tier 4 material, and some tier 2 materials also. but still, you know, there are not like things that you don't need. You're spending all your gold, and this could pause your progress through, you know, building characters and stuff. But you need to consider that whatever amount of gold you spend to get brilliant CTPs, to get tier 4 materials, or mighty CTPs, or normal CTPs, you know, it's something that you can't do during the game on any other way or any other event. So do not hold your gold. You can't do anything with it. Here you have the opportunity to spend and get awesome rewards, so do not sleep on that. And let's go to the main theme of the video, which is Knull. So the perfect team to use him, it's for real him with double support. And I'm always saying that double support does not work. A lot of times you can die, etc, etc. But in this situation here, Colossus and Agent Venom are giving him so good defenses and so good offense through Agent Venom's artifact, and he can do everything he wants. The build I have, I'm gonna go through really fast forward the team up collection to show you how my team up collection seems for symbiotes. It's not that big, you know, I just had the uniforms and stuff. It's not like I bought any tokens or something. Also, the emblems I'm using, as you can see here, the ones that are for PvP, I'm missing the one with with HP, and everything it's 1 star, except only one, I think that it's the pierce reduction. But yes, you can see there are players out there having maxed these emblems, but you can see I'm not playing PvP, so I don't have it maxed or something. The build I have on my Knull is with a mighty grid, which is, you know, totally, you know, everyone can get this. I suggest grid over conquest 100%, and I tested. It's way easier to kill and way easier to play with a grid. And of course you need to have the universal speed proc at the first, because the enemies that you're fighting mostly, you know, the meta characters are Knull, sentries, or silver surfers that they are universal. There are not any speed, and there are some combat like Wolverine, but you want to focus on killing sentry and Knull more than that. Also, you need the Abus ability here maxed out, which is super important because it gives you super guard break immunity, but also gives you reflect immunity. You can press on it and read yourself what you get here, and it's really nice, and I'm using that. I don't have his artifact. I'm using this artifact as 6 star just to get 5% concentration. Concentration comes here and adds an additional ignore damage, you know, enemies damage decrease, so I have like 37% or something. It could be better if that had a distraction, which is his instinct, but still. I'm using Carnage as a striker. Carnage's 5th skill ignores iframes, and it's really strong 5th skill, so I suggest you to use him also. He can one-tap a lot of players, and also combined with the damage that he produces through his tier 4, it's really nice. The plan generally is spam 2, spam 2, spam 2. And if you want to avoid getting damage, you go through your 5th skill, move with the V-pad out of the enemy, and then return when the 2nd skill is off cooldown. As you can see, it's 8 seconds. That means during fight, because you have 50% cooldown reduction through your cards and in your character, it's gonna be like 4 seconds, and the skill itself, it's like 1 to 2 seconds. So you have a gap of 2 seconds that your character is not into the 2nd skill, and the 2nd skill is again out of cooldown. In that timing, you run or press 5th skill to save yourself. But yes, I'm gonna explain deeply while I'm gonna show you the gameplay. I had really great results, and I have full audience blessing. As you know, I was planning to go full on with him for ABL. My dream was he gonna be good for ABL and replace Loki, but as he is PvP, I want to show you the build. Here, as you can see, I have 110,000 physical attack. My stats looks like that. I'm not capped on dodge. I'm missing 11%. You should be capped on dodge actually. As you can see, I have 31% pierce, 25 from my cards, 5 from the character, and 1 from the symbiote team up collection. The stats looks like that. I show you everything, And yes, this is the character that made me change my mind on offensive build, and that's why I have an overdrive here. I don't want to go defensively at all. I want offense. I want to pop the immortality of the enemy Knull, to pop the immortality of the enemy Wolverine, or kill instant the enemy Sentry. That's why I'm going full on offense. And the other characters I'm using, it's Colossus. I'm using the leadership of Knull to get an extra attack from his leadership, but also he has removal debuff himself, so you don't need it. My Colossus has a mighty insight with a pierce reduction, and my Agent Venom looks like that. Agent Venom, it's a character that everyone should have. There were an event that it was giving you for free the character. I should have here a Liberation, but I'm not having it, and I have a bare minimum 4-star artifact of him. You can get it through the token event in the next situation, and this is really strong and helpful for offense and defense. As you can see, there is damage reduction here, and there is damage dealt to characters with 25% HP or higher. So that means in the beginning of the battle you can do you have an extra buff here, and also the decreased damage by 20% with the addition of the total instinct means that this comes to your Knull, see your total instinct, and reduce even more. You can see I have 3700, 20%, 0.2 of this, I get something like 25% damage reduction or something close to that. I'm not really good at math. Also, he has a really strong passive from his uniform that gives you chain hit damage reduction, 40%, which is crazy and really helpful as the chain hit also for attacking. So as you can see, I don't have any crazy build on any of the characters. It's my DCTP here, and just 4-star artifact for him, and I don't even have his own artifact. So let me show you how I managed to kill pretty much everyone in Timeline Battle, and how I'm picking teams to have easy enemies and kill them faster and easier actually. So let's start from a fight here. I'm having as a striker Agent Venom. I let Agent Venom die, and then I attack immediately with the second skill. After I run away from Sentry, because the 5th skill of the Sentries stays into the ground and does grab break you. So as you can see here, I did my second skill, I popped his immortality, and as soon as my second skill was ready, I pressed it again. With your second, look at this, I'm gonna use my tier 4 skill, and the tier 4 skill immediately popped out the immortality of Carnage. So you can see Carnage can be really useful. If you don't have Carnage, you can use other characters like Adam Warlock, Wolverine. There are a lot of examples. As you can see, I'm letting you to see the enemies I'm fighting to understand how high a rank enemies there are. They have brilliant CTPs. They are really up on the rankings of Timeline Battle generally. I'm letting you to see the names so you can see how strong they are and how I am killing them. Here, as you can see, I did my second skill, and the moment I saw he was going into his 5th skill, I did my own 5th skill. Your own 5th skill, as I told you, goes off the V-pad. You can move out and also hide yourself into an iframe. When you are into the iframe, the enemy can only kill you and hit you and reach you with his ignore iframe abilities, which are only specific. So if you see the enemy Wolverine using his 5th skill, then you can you can go into your 5th skill and avoid getting died from it. Or swap. I actually swapped character and then went into my 5th skill. Because with this way, swapping character, I sacrificed Colossus, and when my character was up using his 5th skill, the enemy Wolverine could not target me because his 5th skill was on cooldown because he just killed my Colossus. So you need to think smart. As you can see, the second skill is the skill that I'm actually spamming. The moment the second skill is ready, you're pressing it. Because either way, you're gonna get heal, you're gonna do damage, you're gonna be into an iframe, you're gonna ignore enemies iframe. So the second skill helps you to do everything in the game way better than just move the character or play other skills. Of course, you can combine skills like the third skill, the first skill, or the fourth skill in between, but in my opinion, you know, in the meantime that you don't have the second skill ready, a smart way to go is just go away the enemy character, wait to see what the enemy character is going to do, and then go hit with the second skill. As you can see here, while he was into his iframe, I went into my second skill, then I hide myself into the fifth skill and my own iframe, and went again into the second skill. So here you can see Knull went into his second skill. I went away to go out of the AoE damage that Knull's fifth skill was doing, and I managed to actually kill him. The plan here is to avoid getting mirror teams. Mirror teams actually are the teams that they are using double support now. And if you have a low budget account for PvP, like my builds here, as you can see, of course people gonna say, are you crazy, you have that, you have this. Yes guys, having mighty CTPs and 70% HP on your cards are not important these days, you know. My account is mid for PvP, believe it or not, and not having the team up collection, not having the emblems, you know, and also you need to consider that this is my gameplay. If you play and you're better for PvP or on manual, you know, you can get even better results. There you can see Carnage helps you a lot of times to pop the immortality of the enemy Wolverines or enemy Knulls. The fifth skill is massive and doing a lot of damage, so I really use him every single time. Here it's a different team up. I find myself an enemy like Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer, it's something that you need to be careful. It's the only character that can one-shot you and enable your immortality if you're not careful enough. And as you can see here, I let him do his third skill, I let him do his fifth skill, and while he was into his second skill, which is not an iframe or does not have counter attack or something, I went through my second skill. Your second skill helps you because while you're on the iframe, you can't get reflected. And of course you can pay attention on your mighty grid, and you saw there the enemy Knull was doing his fifth skill and I was trying to avoid getting damaged. While Wolverine was on his fifth skill, I did my second skill, and even if the enemy was on iframe, I jumped on him and start hitting him. I enabled his immortality and killed him, and also healed myself from the damage I was getting. So as you can see, the teams I was aiming was 3 DPSs, and this period of time, you know, Wolverine, Knull and Sentry are the best 3 DPS to use in timeline battle. As you can see here, Sentry is nothing. Sentry is my favorite character to go against, and this is huge guys. You know, getting a character being really strong for PvP, it's something, but getting a character that completely destroys the second best character, Sentry, so easy. It's huge, and you need to consider, as I told you, most of my enemies having brilliant CTPs, most of my enemies, if you go and check the names that I'm fighting, you're gonna figure out their cards are better than mine, they have emblems, they have the team up collections, you can see their numbers, you can even see here the HP. The enemy now had 70,000, oh no, 700,000. You can see here the enemy Sentry has 500,000 and I have 400,000. So I have 100,000 less than the enemy Sentry. The enemy Sentry now has 700,000 because of his cards. You know, the cards are popping and giving him extra. The enemy Wolverine has equal HP with me, which is disgusting, guys. These dudes are super whales, you know. You can figure out yourself looking for the names. That's why I let the names. But the point here is, this is a way everyone actually go and be ranked on timeline battle right now. You know, with Sentry, we have the issue that you needed to be super stacked, having brilliant CTPs and stuff like that. But this is not the case right now. Knull is a cannon that can actually kill everyone in the game right now. Whatever CTP the enemy has, if you have a mighty grid and you boost your damage, you can take him down. Of course, I'm trying to go, you know, I'm fighting teams without having supports for a purpose because I have double supports. So the double support is making your Knull being really strong and durable, and you can go through the mighty grid proc and kill enemies really fast and easy. As you can see here, the enemy Knull is scratching me and I'm doing a second skill and I'm popping his immortality. This is fault of my AIDS and Venom. You know, AIDS and Venom helps a ton, and Colossus or Hela or whatever you're gonna use, it's not gonna give you the same results. Of course, having the artifact or a better artifact than the one that I have gonna help also, but I give you here a team that I thought this dude is really strong, and I thought him to show you how it looks like fighting a team with support. With a team with support, you can see that he still dies, but you need to be careful also not getting reflected through the enemy Colossus. But yeah, the enemy is not dying that fast. You can see the enemy Knull had me to hit him 1 or 2 times with the second skill. So if the enemy has supports, is getting more time and you have more chances to die yourself actually. So as you can see here, I did 10 wins straight up, one after other. The score and the ranking I had the moment I did the teams was this. It was 30-0 and I was ranked 60, and this was actually, you can't figure out there, is there any timer? Yeah, it's like it's like 1 hour and 40 minutes I think, or 20 minutes before the daily reset. So you need to do that yourself, play timeline before the daily reset. But you can see here I did 30-0 without having the agent pack and all this, and I was ranked 60. The number one was with 3,800 points, and he had like double mats than me, because I'm doing ace over and over. I'm killing only with Knull. I'm taking care of my Knull. You saw there, I didn't had the, I swapped into Colossus to save myself like 1 time. The rest of the time I was safe. I was playing and playing and playing, and yes, this way is the best to go. Spam second skill, use your 5th skill to avoid enemies, and go back with the second skill and kill everyone. Yeah, for real, as I said in the beginning of the video, you know, when I did him tier 4, I was expecting him to be ABL meta, but then I figured out I spent 10,000 carbo and I have a character that I'm gonna barely use him for Alliance tournament or Alliance Conquest or something, because I was playing auto timeline. Took me 3 weeks, but yes, I hope I helped you guys to use, you know, to understand the value of Knull and how to use him. And in my mind, you know, it's a character everyone should have, and especially if you want to get some extra crystals for timeline battle, this is your dude, guys. This is your dude. He can do miracles. He can do miracles. He is really, really, really strong, and he doesn't need a build. Yeah, you're seeing me having a build here, and this seems big boy damage or big boy build, but you can see it's ranked 350 and I have him max, you know, I have 6-star artifact. It's not like this is nothing, guys. A lot of people have invested on him, huge, giving him, you know, brilliant Urus also and stuff like that. This is the build I could afford, and yeah, it's not a big deal. I'm not playing perfect. With your gameplay, and if you practice more than me, I'm sure you can get same results and have fun with your Knull. And yes, Agent Venom, guys, it's the MVP in my mind. You know, when I'm fighting any other team, I'm cool. When I'm fighting teams that have Agent Venom, I'm dying. That's why I'm not doing it, and I'm re-rolling. I'm spending some gold, and I'm having my you know, I'm in peace. I'm in peace because Agent Venom buffs makes the enemy Knull a nightmare, like your Knull. So yeah, build this team, and yes, you're not gonna lose again in timeline battle. Call now 991 and get Knull out of fire, guys. He's crazy. He's crazy. He's really strong. Go build Knull. You're not gonna lose. That was it. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something about how to play Knull, and I hope I helped you also, as I am hyped for timeline manual again. I had give up on it a really long time, but yeah, now I'm pushing, and I'm hoping to get into the challenger, where things are completely different. But yeah, that's another video. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. See you into the next. Thank you for being here. Kisses in your faces.